Hi everybody, this is Neil Allen, the creator of the comic series Zatswan Multiversal Guardian, and today I'm going to give you a somewhat behind the scenes look at the creation process of my comic series, which you can read at zatswan.com. We're going to be working on coloring in the character Madalite, who's one of Zatswan's deadly foes. The character is primarily green, but we're going to be working on some of the gold accenting around him with colored pencil. And we're also going to have a bit of colored pencil discussion and some general artist discussion about staying motivated. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's get right into it. Hi everybody, this is Neil Allen, the creator of the comic series Zatswan Multiversal Guardian, and today you are going to see me actually working on the comic. I'm coloring in the character Madalite. And I'm just going to, I guess sort of freestyle talk to you while I'm doing this. I haven't filmed very many videos of myself actually doing art. But, I would like to do that, to give you a better insight on sort of my process and what I go through. And to tell you more about my project. Anyway, this character here is a villain. I think for anybody who knows, it would probably be easy to tell that I was inspired by Mega Man characters when I created him. Keiji Inafune, he's been a really big inspiration on me creatively. I'm pretty open about that. I really appreciate the style that he came up with. So anyway, I'm coloring this section in with colored pencils. I'm using Faber Castell Polychromos. It is a harder pencil. I like them a lot. They're not my favorite, but they work really well for this paper that I'm using, which is Aliona Nicholson's brush and pencil Luxe Archival sanded paper. This is basically the best paper for colored pencil that I've ever come across. I've tried, like pastel matte, which is what I was using before this. To me, it seems like this paper is like it's like pastel matte but better. And pastel matte is really good. I still like that paper. So I'm using very light layers here, and I'm holding like very far back on the pencil to make sure that my layers are light. One thing that's interesting is we'll go into a little bit of color theory here. I'm using sort of a yellow. This color here specifically is cadmium yellow. So to add some shading in here to kind of make it have more depth, I'm going to use the complementary color of yellow, which is a purple, and this here is just violet. So instead of using a darker yellow color, like say this here, which these two are pretty similar. This one I just picked up is Naples yellow. To add more interest, rather, I'm going to make the darker areas the complementary, which is purple. For yellow, the complementary color is purple. You could see all this if you examine a color wheel. So even if you have a small set of pencils, which I have the 120 set of Polychromos, even if you have say a 12 set or a 24 set, if you make use of color theory, using complementary colors and learning how to mix colors well, you can actually get a lot out of those colors. Because when you get a 12 set, you only get maybe 2 yellows. But if you have a violet or a purple, you could use that for your shadowy areas of your yellow. And now we'll just go back in and mix this yellow on top of it using very light layers. On this paper really grabs onto the pencil like nothing I've ever experienced. That said, I mean, like the pastel papers like UArt and things like that, I don't have a lot of experience with those. But from all the reviews and things I've read, Lux Archival is like a better paper. Sorry if like the camera's bobbing a bit. I don't have the best setup because I'm not the most experienced at recording while doing artwork. So sometimes I accidentally hit it. So continue building up layers. Come in here with the violet. See, I accidentally hit it again. Sorry about that. So coloring is a really relaxing activity that I do. I'm not going to want this video to go on too long. I just kind of want to, you know, give you an idea of what it's looking like when I'm actually making my Zatswan project. Might do like a 15-minute video here of this. Let's add some more. So right now I'm kind of just blocking in where my, you know, values are at, the lights and the darks. We can go in with more nuance a little later on. I think one person kind of was being a jerk and sort of suggested to me, like, why do you keep doing this? I think that was kind of the suggestion. Like, you post this stuff over and over and over again. And, you know, what's funny is this was coming from an artist, but he was pretty salty because years ago I criticized, like, his work. So I think he popped up again and was kind of like, in this certain social circle, he's like, you're still doing this, you still keep posting this stuff over and over and over again, kind of suggesting like, what's the point? Well, to tell you the honest truth, which I didn't really have much to say to him, but I'll talk about it a bit here. Well, there are a lot of reasons why I continue doing Zatswan, to tell you. Well, the main reason is I just like doing it. I love doing artwork and working on Zatswan. I never run out of things to draw. I always have something to draw or something to paint. So I never run out of subjects for that. And I love drawing and painting. It's like one of my very favorite things to do. If not my favorite thing to do, really. It's kind of difficult to say, because I do have quite a few passions. But doing artwork and doing comics, painting, definitely one of my main ones. And, you know, there are two things that I really get out of it. One is watching Zatswan develop my own creation. I'm actually telling the story that's in my head, making it tangible. And really, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I would always have regrets. I would always, you know, there would always be these coulda, woulda, shouldas and what ifs, or I should have done this, or I should have done that. I don't want to live with that. And Zatswan's so important to me that, you know, if I didn't, you know, express myself like this creatively, I would feel bad. You know, I'm not like a depressive person at all, really. But that seems like something that could actually, you know, this is a darker purple here I'm going in with. Darker than the other violet I was using. That actually seems like something that, you know, would disturb me a lot. And I don't want to live with those kinds of regrets. So really, when I started doing Zatswan, I didn't know much about making comics at all, and I wasn't really a great artist. Zatswan turned me into like a great artist and a great comic creator. I'm very confident in my abilities. I mean, I like to stay humble because, you know, even people who aren't, and I've experienced this, even people who aren't as advanced in their artistic journey as I am, you can still learn a lot from them. And I have, There's still a lot to learn, no matter how good I may get. I know there's still a long ways to go. The artistic journey never ends. It's about getting better and better and better and better. And I've watched myself do that with Zatswan. I'm very proud of that. We can see like these little particles are building up on the paper because the paper's so rough that I'm going to do something about that actually. The paper is so rough that it eats up the pencil so good that, So before things get too messy here, this is my sketch underneath it. Okay, clean that up. I'm going to take these particles here and then just dump them into some waste container that I have off to the side. And we'll put this back under here. You don't want to sketch on this high quality paper. You want to figure all that out on a different sheet of paper. I'm surprised I wasn't using this. I should have been. Must not have thinking because I'm recording. That's glassine. It, keeps my hand from like smudging the paper and moving some of the pencil pigment, and also keeps like oils from your hand off the paper. But what I was saying, I was talking about just, doing Zatswan and growing as an artist. So yeah, one of the reasons I do Zatswan, well, I've kind of gone over two of them, is one, I have to express myself this way. It's like a need for me. If I didn't do it, I can't even imagine. Two, and I'm very proud that I did. I'm very happy that I did. It's something that really brings me happiness. Even if a lot of people at this current moment don't care, that doesn't matter to me, and I really appreciate the people who do. And I think I'm very convinced that eventually a lot of people will care. It's the people who persevere at this sort of thing and don't just give up because of discouragement, or like that guy, he was trying to discourage me essentially, like, you're still doing this, I know he had ulterior reasons for being salty at me because he didn't take well to some criticism I gave him, which wasn't like it was. I know he didn't, because he blew up at me at the time. And it wasn't to make him blow up. I wasn't like going in on him to do that. I wasn't going in on him at all. What I have learned is that a lot of people do not give you feedback. They don't just volunteer that. A lot of people just will not, come out and say, what they think about your project. So when people do give you feedback or what you can do better, I know sometimes, our ego gets involved. It's good to, you have to parse the stuff. Not all feedback is good or beneficial, but it's good to be open to feedback that is good or beneficial. Because, it can just expedite your artistic journey. If people say, hey, this is a problem here and here's how you can fix it, it's good to go through that without having to, you can take care of that problem quicker if somebody points it out to you and tells you what you can do about it. But I was talking about the reasons I was doing Zatswan. I know it's something I have to do, and I just love seeing myself develop as, like, regardless of Zatswan, to tell you the truth. I just loved advancing as an artist. I just really like that. I love getting better. I'm always trying to get better. I'm like, it's an obsession. we're adding in these gold kind of colored accents on Matalite. We'll add more nuances in here later. I don't want the video to go on too long, so I think I'm going to cut it off here. And I just wanted to give you guys kind of a look at, you know, what I do, how I do it. It's a pretty painstaking process, but I love it. It's very fulfilling and very enriching for me. I'll make some more art videos for you guys later on, okay? I'm going to cut this off because I don't want it to go on too long. I'll see you soon. Take care.